What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Kiwan, and I am back with Married to Medicine, Season 12, Episode 3, Trouble at Serenity Villa. Is that what she called? Anyway, before I start, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Click the notification bell button so you can be updated on every video I drop. Make sure y'all like the video so I can stay in the algorithm. Girl, I be looking like I be having 10 whole fights with this hair. Oh, Lord. Anyway, this child works on my entire nerve. Anyway, so the episode continues. Y'all know they was at Brandy's birthday party, and we continue with Simone saying how unhappy she is, and everybody was like, don't say that, don't do that, and I just need y'all to shut the fuck up, okay? This lady is unhappy, and I need y'all to stop pinning people together when they want to be gone. Okay? Longevity don't mean good. Okay? Not all the time. Anyway, Simone said she wanted to live in a high-rise downtown. Jackie told her, she whispered to her and said, say it again and I'ma pop you in the lip. Dr. Jackie, shut up. I like you sometimes, Dr. Jackie, but this is one of the times why I don't like you. Because being a friend is understanding that, you know what, my friend is going through something. I'm going to ask her, hey, are you sure? But I'm just here. Whatever she decide, I'm here. If this lady is truly unhappy and y'all know how unhappy she is, I will not. And I'm going to say this again. I am not going to encourage her to stay in a situation that make her unhappy. Relationship, job, all of the things. Like, as long as you're doing things the right way, making your exit the right way, the healthy way, then I can stand behind that. But I would never encourage nobody to say anything that is just unhealthy. So anyway, Brandy said, oh, you guys, you know, we just didn't have a good start off with some bullshit she was saying, and I'm just like, you crazy. Because the first thing I would have did before we did a renew, a revisit, a revive, was put Contessa hating ass the fuck out. Okay? Her and her spaced out titties. Okay? I would have put them hoes the fuck out. Then, after she let her stay, Contessa decided to start hating in her confessional. Girl. So, Heavenly tells Simone, you know, I cursed my son out and he left. She talked to Simone about the arrest, you know, the things that happened with her and her son. Simone said we created that monster and we can't be mad at those monsters. Yes, you can. You can be mad at the creators of the monsters. Okay? But then you went ahead and purchased that damn Tesla for that spoiled ass, big teeth ass little boy you got. Okay? Girl, I wouldn't have never bought Michael a fuck ass thing. And you went and bought him a Tesla. Okay. And you let him run his mouth online. But alright, girl. So, Eugene and Toya walking and talking. Y'all, Eugene is working his ass off. Toya don't want him to work so much. He was like, listen, the people at the ER, they need me. You know, I make more money here. He was like, you know, it's still going to be good. He wants to still work in Contessa's them space. Toya doesn't want him to because Contessa and what's her husband name not ready. Space not ready. And she felt like the space was too small. And so I'm looking at Toya and I'm so confused because I know that you want him home. But it's like it's never enough. I don't know. They revisit this same conversation every 2 or 3 years. I remember that one season where Toya was just so angry. And I think her and Eugene was having issues because he was working so much. She wants him to leave the ER where he goes out, you know, when he goes hours away. She rather him work in the ER out here, but he didn't want to. Anyway, we see Mimi and Steve. Their son has autism. His name is Stevie. And they have Savannah. And she wants some LOL. She wants 60 LOL dolls. Baby, when I tell you Miss Savannah is dramatic, okay? Now, when Stevie popped her, I heard that pop. So he popped her hard. However, that was him having a moment. And she cried because it hurt, and I think it hurt her feelings. But what I love to see was they stopped the car and they had to swap seats. But before they swapped seats, Steve told little Stevie to apologize, and he understands. He apologized. I don't know why that part wanted to make me cry, y'all. He apologized to Savannah. He was like, I'm sorry. And, they had them two to hug. So they both hugged each other. And I just want to say shout out to Mimi and Steve. And for parents who have kids with any type of special needs, y'all, I can't even imagine. I can't. So, yeah. Man, I pray God gives y'all all the strength in the world. Like, even when you feel like you just don't have nothing to give, I just pray that he just be a comfort for y'all in those moments, for all parents that's dealing with it in that moment. I see videos where you have parents who's just crying, and it's just nothing you can do. All you want to do is hug them. So I send y'all love, and whatever it is that y'all need, like, I just virtually send it y'all way. Like, my hat. Even to educators, different specialists. So it's not, it don't look easy. And I just tip my hat off to y'all. Again, I don't know what it's like. Y'all know your girl get a little emotional sometimes. Okay, and this is one of the moments. So yeah, take a little pause and find my notes. Anyway, yes. So shout out to y'all. So then we get to Toya, and Toya talks to Eugene. She tells Eugene, the ladies have talked about her over the years, or I don't know if she was in her confessional, or she talked to Eugene. Honestly, I don't remember. But she said that over the years, the ladies has talked about her and her finances. And we all know how everybody who is there now, everybody who's no longer there, everybody has said something. All right. And so she said she was hesitant on inviting them. But of course, this is a group effort, so you have to invite them. This is a cast thing, so you got to invite them. Anyway, Toya decided to be messy. She started a text asking who the fake ass purse was for. So Heavenly said, it's my purse, and my purse may be fake, but my house is paid off. And so you said it should be. It was built in 2002. Y'all, she started like I can't be mad at Heavenly for defending herself because she's y'all. She started anyway. Toya is offended. Oh, okay. So everybody starts to arrive. It's the day of the party. Everybody starts to arrive. So I don't know what was on the napkin, but Mimi had the napkin on wherever she was on the seating thing. She sat on the napkin, and Toya was offended. So she had an attitude. Again, it's like Eugene said. Toya was high strung about the napkin. I'm sorry, not the napkin, about everybody coming over. And I think I wonder if this was her first time, everybody's first time at her new house. I think it was just based on their reactions when everybody walked in the door. So the men walked out, the naked men walked out, the eye candy, the men and the women walked out, and Simone was here for it. Now, I remember Toya saying towards the end that our kids was upstairs. Girl, you had these people walking around here and your kids was upstairs. Child. So Heavenly was like, oh, girl, I don't want none of this stuff, and y'all got y'all meat all over this, okay? No, ma'am. Mimi mouth flung wide open like she ain't never seen a naked man before. You got a whole husband. And Toya is now doing the tours and showing everybody the entire house, right? So Toya wants the men to play the game. But the guys really don't want to play the game. They just really want to sit and chill and talk. That's where it get complicated. So Toya tell Eugene, you know, I need the wifely husband attention. Eye contact, please. And she said it with an attitude in front of everybody. Meanwhile, he's joking around writing a prescription so everybody can get out of playing the game. All right? And so she's writing a prescription, the fake prescription, and she talking, but he's not answering her. So she tell Eugene, can you be the leader of the house and lead your friends to this side? And Heavenly was in the back saying, no, don't do that. And Mimi was in the back kind of saying the same thing. Now, I didn't hear Brandy say anything. The camera may have missed it, but I didn't hear Brandy say anything. Anyway, Eugene kind of played off because he seemed embarrassed, right? He was embarrassed, okay? So Eugene go in the house and he goes to talk to Toya. So Toya tells Eugene, you know, I don't want to talk to you. And she said, don't try to be nice to me now. She said, and you don't try to be nice to me now. You out there being embarrassing. Eugene said, what the fuck you just say to me? What? It didn't even come out right. It didn't even sound right. She told him, don't cuss at me because you don't want me to cuss at you. So, Steve is standing in the corner being nosy and listening around that corner, right? It's because the camera panned to him. So Mimi asked Heavenly, so is this normal? And Heavenly said, yeah, that's how Toya talk to her man. I mean, it's 12 seasons approved, baby. It may not have been all 12 seasons, but it's been a lot of those seasons. Especially when y'all went on that one couples trip and your hair was curly. And I think this was the couples trip where Aiden, Dr. Damon was trying to fight Aiden. And you got into it. And Buffy. And it was a whole mess. I don't know. It was a lot. And then Mariah bust that glass. I think that was that couple's trip. You got definitely in Eugene's shit. Like you was literally yelling at him. But okay. Anyway, Toya tell Eugene, I told you that you need to be the leader of the house and lead your friends to the side. She tells him, but you took that personal because you don't feel like you are. And I was like, oh my God, girl, what? And so she was like, well, I need to go do my makeup. So she went her way. Eugene went back outside. So Eugene, oh no, I'm lying. Sorry, y'all. So after she tell him that, Eugene told her, listen, some of the ladies took it personal. Toya said, fuck them bitches. Okay. This moment, Toya was a bit harsh, but she wasn't lying, y'all. She was not lying when it came to those other women. She said, fuck them bitches. She said, she don't give a fuck what they think, period. She said, they don't even want to have a real conversation with their husbands. They don't know who they are or how to be and who the fuck they really are unless their husbands are, or unless they are not around their husbands. And you want to compare us. Okay, So I don't think Eugene was trying to compare. All he was saying was the ladies felt like you were a bit harsh. And it kind of goes back to what Mimi said towards the end, where she said Toya can only hear her own opinion. And that is true. When you're mad, when she's mad, she never listens to reason. When she's mad at Eugene, she goes in on Eugene. Like, anyway, Steve asked Eugene, is it normal? He was like, so are you trying to psychoanalyze me? And so he was like, no. So Mimi and Steve were in their confessional. They was like, we used to do the rah, 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 but we really sat there and we do the work. We communicate. We apologize quick. I mean, I get that. Yeah, I get that. And everything works for everybody. So just because that worked for y'all, I don't know if that may not work. That may work over here, but it's different for everybody. Eugene tells everybody he should have read the room better. Again, he not gonna down his wife in front of people. He was like, and he gonna take the full accountability. But like Toya said, he'll apologize to y'all. So that says a lot. So do you not apologize to your wife? Anyway, he said he should have read the room better because she's been stressed about having everybody over. He said that he made a bad joke and that's on me. So King said, yeah, an apology with an attitude is no apology at all. I just feel like King real selfish on, and I know everybody was like, Team King. And this nigga finna run amok. Okay, with his fine self. But he finna run amok. Okay, Quad girl, do you really want to have a baby for him? But whatever. Anyway, Toya wants Mimi and Heavenly to get out of her house because their energy was negative. No, baby. No. Let me say this in my auntie New Orleans voice. No, my baby. You was the negative energy. Okay? I gotta give you in that auntie. No, my baby. Okay, no. It was you. So anyway, Toya comes back, right? She decides she want to go off on everybody who got something to say about my motherfucking marriage. I'm just looking at Toya like, bitch, I would have left. Like, girl, I would have pushed that hoe in the pool and left. Like, I don't have time for this. Okay, come on, babe, let's go home. This bitch is acting stupid. I'll let that Patron wear off, and then we'll go from there. I'm not drunk. Okay, Toya. So she said Eugene was concerned about you bitches. And she was like, yeah, my children upstairs. And I'm just like, girl, you clowning again. You got people walking around your house half naked. You clowning outside talking to your husband crazy. Girl, you sound crazy. Anyway, I thought that Toya was pissed off because Eugene, I think it had somewhat of a part to do with it that Eugene ain't home like she want him to be. And the way Eugene just sat there really checked out at that point. Like, he was just like this. Like, he checks out. You know, he's just used to it, so he just kind of let her get it out. So everybody started to leave. Toya says she's tired. She tells Simone how she's tired of being judged and people, you know, she's tired of people talking about her life. And you cannot control what people say about you. You can only control how you deal with it. I mean, you can only control you. I know that's a bit of a cliche that everybody don't want to receive, but it's the truth. It's one of the most truest statements. They can say whatever you want. You moved 7-11 times. So what? You did what was best for you and your family. It is what it is. It is what it is. Like, I don't know if you were trying to impress them, but it's time for you to stop. It's time for you to get out of that mindset. Girl, F them people. Anyway, oh, let me tell y'all real quick. So, as she was talking to Simone, Anila walked next to her. I guess she was trying to console her. And did y'all see that? How she just was like, get me a napkin. Girl. But that's another thing about Toya. You treat your friends like shit. You have treated every person that you've called a friend, you have talked to them crazy, and you have treated them like shit. That is how you talk to Eugene, how you talk to them. Anyway, King come out to ask them, hey, just come in. No, Mimi said in her confessional that Toya's style of communication is one-sided. She only hears her own opinion, and we can only meet her where she is. So King go out and ask them, to come in. Damon was like, listen, I'm cool with Eugene, I'm okay with Toya, but we just gonna go ahead and politely exit. We're just gonna go. Because if they go back in there, it's just gonna be, the situation is just gonna get worse. All right. And Toya said how Heavenly has came for everybody. But Toya, yes, she came for everybody in that closet. She came for everybody in their face. First of all, shout out to Mariah and say, you need to pressure wash this bitch. You gonna get us contaminated. I'm sorry, y'all. That was funny to me. I will say this. I'm not taking up for Heavenly. Y'all know I don't take up for Heavenly, but when I have to, like I said, right is right and wrong is wrong. But the same thing Heavenly has done, you have done the same thing. You are not the nicest person. You and Heavenly sometimes are one and the same. The same way she talk about and go after people, you have done the same thing. I'm sorry. I just can't go up for you and your tears and all of the things. But the way you handle your friends, the way you be talking to people, girl, I would have been smacked the dog shit out of you. Okay, we wouldn't even be friends. The fact that Anila is still in your face says a lot about Anila. I just couldn't even be Toya friend after none of these women after all of that. But anyway, that is all I got, y'all. This is your girl Kiwan reminding you to keep showing up, keep growing, and stay true to yourself. And I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.